Hello friends, I am Rashmi. Welcome to SRS Info. Today, on 25th September 2022, we are celebrating the World Pharmacist Day with the theme United in Action for a Healthier World. Wish you all a wonderful World Pharmacist Day. Let's understand some important facts and historical developments related to World Pharmacist Day. Especially, the theme indicates that pharmacists are that much of capable to make the world healthier by uniting it. Before going to the details, let's understand some basic facts about World Pharmacist Day. This day is organized by International Pharmaceutical Federation, which was established on 25th September 1912. On the remembrance of this day, we celebrate 25th September as World Pharmacist Day every year. FIP headquartered in Netherlands, Hague, and FIP works on the motto that advancing pharmacy worldwide. But the Pharmacist Day celebration was started since 2009. What happened? In 2009, the FIP annual council meeting was conducted in 2009 in Istanbul, in Turkey. In that meeting, it was decided to celebrate a day for pharmacists, and that day chosen was 25th September. International Pharmaceutical Federation is a major agency or organization which support and encourage the development of pharmacists and pharmaceutical science. It consists of 144 national organizations, academic institution members, and individual members representing pharmacy, pharmaceutical sciences, and education. It supports and promotes education and scientific research so that pharmacists can do better for this world. Through their partnership and extensive pharmacy and pharmaceutical science network, they work to support the development of pharmacy profession and to meet the world's healthcare needs and expectation. By using the expertise of these scientific networks and institutional capability, infrastructures, their research, etc., they do the best to meet the healthcare needs and expectation of the public worldwide. How did the pharmacy develop as a science in today's stage? Let's understand some details about the historical development of pharmacy as a science. And based on this year theme, the understanding of this scientific development or this historical development is remarkable. Mr. Alius Galenius was a Greek physician and surgeon, and he was also a philosopher of Roman Empire. And this great personality is known as the father of pharmacy. He took the initiative to develop pharmacy as a science, or it was the initial developmental stage which started with him. That's why we call him as the father of pharmacy. And the oldest pharmaceutical records were found from the year 2900 BC from Egypt. And another historical discovery is that a collection of 800 prescriptions mentioning 700 drugs are found in 1500 BC. This was also a milestone that much the science, that medical science was developed even at that time. Centuries ago, the Greek legends have written that the spoke of God being apothecaries. Who were apothecaries? In ancient time, pharmacists were known as apothecaries. So, as per Greek culture, apothecaries are known as the spoke of God. That much importance was given to pharmacists or apothecaries in ancient Greece. The Greek god of healing, Asclepius, he delegated the compounding of his remedies to his apothecary Hygeia. Hygeia was his apothecary or pharmacist, and Asclepius selected him to delegate the compounding of his remedies. So the great physicians believed in the efficiency or skill of apothecaries or pharmacists. In the earlier time, there was no differentiation between healing and pharmacy. At that time, it was considered as the same. There was no separate division between this medical diagnosis, treatment, and pharmacy. All of these are done under one roof or one team. Okay. Nowadays, it has been changed. and this was began nearly about 8th century. Before that, in 1618, under the leadership of King James I, who was the king of Great Britain, one drug reference book was compiled. This was the oldest drug reference book which was found. This shows that the necessity or the importance of compiling the details of the manufacturing of drugs, even from the natural products or plants or any other resources, they were making drugs. They took initiative to compile the process of the manufacturing, their use and administration of the drugs to the patients. And this book was known as Pharmacopoeia Londinensis. This initiative was taken by King James I, and this book consists of names and controls the sale of medicines. It consists of the names of medicines and how the sale of the medicine has been controlled. It's also mentioned in that book. Then gradually, this much of medicines were produced, and these medicines had to keep properly. So it became necessary to get a place to keep these medicines properly and to distribute to the patients. So the concept of pharmacy developed. The oldest pharmacy in the world, as per record, is Santa Maria Novella Pharmacy in Florence, which is in Italy. So this was the beginning of pharmacy as a separate department and as a separate science. For a long time, healing and pharmacy are considered as the same practice. But the line between the pharmacy and medicine began to be defined in 8th century. But it was firmly established by 17th century. So from the 8th century, the initiative has begun and it firmly established by 17th century. And the world witnessed for two world wars, two great wars, World War I and War II. World War I was between 1914 to 1919 and World War II 1939 to 1945. These were the two great wars which was witnessed by the world. And what's the relationship between these world wars and pharmacy developments? Yes, there's a strong relationship. How? Basically, what are the outcomes or the after effects of war? When war occurred, simultaneously, poverty, diseases, injury, death, extremely high usage of explosives, pollution, all these are the dangerous after effects of war. And by the end of the Second World War, the world witnessed all these dangerous side effects. Millions of people were coming under the poverty line and they were suffered from different types of diseases, injury. A lot of family lost their source of income. They fall into poverty and death and diseases, malnutrition. A lot of difficulties were there. So at that time, there was a huge demand of their well-being, their treatment, their recovery from the diseases. So there was a huge demand for the healthcare professionals and also for high usage of medicines. And when the question is about medicines, there was a large requirement of the professionals who can deal with medicines, who can give the best of the medicines to the patients. Then the new drugs were constantly introduced in the market as per the requirement of that time. Then at the same time, the role of pharmacist became more defined than ever. This was the beginning. This was the drastic change which came in the field of pharmaceutical sciences in modern world. So by the end of the Second World War, the demand of pharmacists and the requirement of the development of pharmaceutical sciences was highly demanded. Let me explain some major events took place on this journey. I will explain you year-wise. The first medicine which was mass-produced, pre-packed and sold by pharmacists was antipyrine. In earlier time, the pharmacists were compounding the medicines in front of the patient and they are administering the same to the patient at the same time. But later on, the necessity or the demand of keeping the medicines is increased. It had to be produced in mass quantity and had to pack and keep or stored in a proper place, and when the patient come, they have to give it. So this type of prepacked storage of medicines and selling of medicine was started in 1883, and the first medicine which was sold in such a way was antipyrine. In 1900, most of the medicine were started to sell by pharmacists. In the earlier time, there was a practice that medical practitioners were used to give medicines to patients. Then gradually, the system was changed. Medical practitioners mainly focus on the diagnosis of the diseases and direction of the treatment. And based on that prescription and directions, the pharmacists are the skilled person who are capable to select the right medicine for the patient and give the right medicine on the right time to the patient. So this system was started by 1900 and 1912. This is the historical year for pharmacists. The establishment of FIP, International Pharmaceutical Federation, which was established on 25th September 1912. That's why we are celebrating the World Pharmacist Day today. In 1982, there was a tragedy occurred. Cyanide-laced Tylenol capsule killed 7 people in Chicago on 29th September 1982. What happened then? The packing was not proper, or the packing was not effective to resist the tampering of tablet. See, the quality of tablet or quality of capsule does not only depend on its manufacturing process, it also depends on its packing, its storaging, and its the way of administration, dose, etc. Everything matters. If a tablet or capsule prepared properly in bulk volume with 100% perfect method, and even after that, if it is not packed properly, the improper package may lead to interaction with atmosphere or any other dirty conditions, infectious situations. So what will happen? It will lead to alterations of the quality. That's called tampering. Tampering means alteration of the quality of the medicines. So improper packing lead to death of the patient. That was happened here. It killed 7 people in Chicago. This tragedy led to the historical changes in the packing, transport, storage, and administration of medicines. This led to tamper-resistant packaging, which became the new norm of pharmaceutical companies. So this also was a historical development. This is the core responsibility of a pharmacist to give the right medicines to the right patient on right time. But pharmacists are human beings, so there may be a possibility of human error. So to reduce this human error, science did its best, and the modern science developed Riva, the robotic device, which was introduced in 2008, which automatically prescribes medicines. This was a milestone in setting the new pharmaceutical safety standards and reducing human error. The robotic device is highly capable to minimize the error, and it also put forward the new pharmaceutical safety standards. It supports to establish these new standards, and it will be beneficial for developing a healthier world. And in 2009, the FIP Council meeting was conducted in Istanbul, Turkey, and this meeting was decided to celebrate 25th September as the World Pharmacist Day every year. So the history of pharmacy can be divided into two: before 1912 and after 1912. After 1912, the pharmacy is developed as a branch of science, and there are a lot of experiments are taking place in this field. A professional improvement, the professionalism of pharmacists is developed in a highly quality manner. We are blessed to live in this era as pharmacists. Now we are standing in the modern world as modern pharmacist. Today, does the pharmacist only do the selling of medicines? No, not at all. They are performing multiple vital duties, from the manufacturing till the use of the medicines by the patient. Even after the use, the pharmacist has a significant role in each step. Pharmacists are playing a most important role for making this world more healthier. Modern pharmacist performs multiple vital duties. They identify and provide the right medication to the right patient on right time. This is the motto of pharmacy service basically. Identifying the right patient is most important. After the identification of the patient, giving the right medication is crucial, and giving the right medication on the right time is vital. And overseeing the stocking and restocking of medicines. This is basically we can call as inventory control. Stocking of necessary medicines and control the overstocking and control the near expiry drugs. All these are the part of inventory control, and inventory control is the backbone of pharmacy, whether it is hospital pharmacy, community pharmacy, or retail pharmacy. Wherever you go, the pharmacy will be bright only on the basis of best inventory control. It also supports the financial stability of the system. Pharmacists give assistance and guidance to medical professionals by using their expertise, their knowledge about the chemical compounds, their substitutes, their reaction, adverse effect, new drugs arriving in the market. By this extraordinary knowledge, they can give assistance and guidance to their colleagues and medical professionals, nurses, etc. And promoting and monitoring the rational use of antibiotics. What do you mean by this rational use of antibiotics? By using different types of antibiotics within very short interval of time to a patient, what will happen? There is a tendency to develop the antibiotic resistance, and it will adversely affect the patient, and it also makes a delay in curing the disease. To control or minimize this antibiotic resistance, it's very essential to promote the rational use of antibiotics in hospitals, especially in hospitals. Wherever you go, we can use it. So, the pharmacist can give proper assistance and guidance to medical practitioners to control this irrational use and establish or stabilizing the rational use of antibiotics. It's very crucial. By this continuous effort, pharmacists can unite the combined effort of healthcare workers for the benefits of individual and also the community. So the modern pharmacists are doing their best to make this world united for a healthier world. So this year's theme is Pharmacy United in Action for a Healthier World. Let's understand what's the objective or what's the aim to celebrate a Pharmacist Day. Is there any need? Yes. The main objective, main aim of the celebration is to showcase the positive impact of pharmacy on health around the world and strengthen the solidarity around the profession. These 2 points are most important. It's very important to appreciate the pharmacist, so we have to showcase the positive impact of pharmacy on the health around the world, and at the same time, it's important to strengthen the solidarity among the profession. Improvement of professionalism makes or brings the quality. Pharmacists all around the world are united for health, regardless of different types of conflicts, politics, cultural differences, economic disparity, geographical issues, demographic dividends, whatever be the limitations, no matter, the pharmacists are united all around the world for making this world healthier. United Nations put forward 17 sustainable goals to achieve by all nations all around the world. And see the third one. What's the third goal? It's a good health and well-being. And by good health and well-being, United Nations targets the provision of awareness and protection of communicable and non-communicable diseases. United Nations put forward the importance of awareness about disease by the public. If we are not aware about the diseases, its issues, the precautionary methods, the changes we have to bring in our lifestyle, then we cannot live healthy. United Nations is trying its best to give awareness about communicable and non-communicable diseases all around the world through the different sister organizations of United Nations, WHO, this FIP and other medical organizations, etc. But when this information or this awareness come into the local community, then only we can prevent or minimize the occurrence of these diseases. For that, pharmacists and public Both have to do more and more. So, for preventing the communicable and non communicable diseases, pharmacists can do a lot along with community, whether it is in the local community or in the global community. And the pharmacists are the reason why the people get the best from medicines. To control the diseases, we have to take medicines. So, medicines are basically chemical compounds. So, pharmacists have a skill to convert this chemical compound into medicines with trust, affection, and care. They give access to medicines, advise people on how to properly take them, precautions, side effects, storage, directions, and much more. Let's understand in detail about the objective of the celebration. This Pharmacist Day celebration is not only for pharmacists, it's for the whole society. The global society needs this celebration. It's very important to understand the contribution of pharmacists for making this world healthier, and at the same time to understand the responsibility of the community and pharmacists to keep this world more healthier. We have to focus on healthy living rather than treating the diseases. The first objective is appreciate your pharmacist. It's very important to show the gratitude towards the effort and contribution of pharmacists. Even in the pandemic era, they are performing marvelously to prevent diseases. So, this is the occasion to appreciate their effort. Then patronize the local pharmacies. Nowadays, the online pharmacy services are getting increased, and I'm not saying that it's false or it's not good, it's good, but at the same time, if you have proper prescription, you please go to your nearest authorized pharmacy and take medicines from there. By this process, what will happen? You have to boost up your local community and you will get detailed information and proper information about the medicines from the mouth of the pharmacist. And this will encourage the professionalism. You can utilize the professionalism of the pharmacist, and vice versa, the pharmacist can boost up their professionalism in giving the service. The local community will boost up with this interaction. By that, a healthier community can develop. The economy of the community will also get boosted. Many of the local pharmacists can get engaged in job. So patronize your local pharmacies. The use of medicines can be promoted, professionalism of pharmacy services can be utilized, and millions of pharmacists can be engaged in job. This is how the public can contribute for the healthy living of the local community. And by developing all the local communities, definitely we can get into global community level. Then learn about the pharmacist's role. What's the role of the pharmacist for the healthy living of local community, and also how they helped the global community to conquer the heights with healthy living. This is the target of pharmacists, not giving medicines. They are supposed to make the society healthy. This is the occasion and this is the time to know everything about this noble profession. By giving boost up to the local and global community, the pharmacist making the world richer. How? There are 4 million pharmacists are working around the world, and they boost the revenue of this market to around 1,204.8 billion US dollar as per record. So this much of economical contribution is done by pharmacists. The governments, corporates, individuals, and all sectors of society should appreciate this growth. Then pharmacists are the best healthcare professionals to approach easily. They are most accessible. In fact, they are at the top for accessibility. They have the potential and opportunity to reach the people according to their needs. And by all this effort, they are making the world better to live. By using their expertise, knowledge, skill to extract the best from the medicines. They are always ready to help all sectors of society, irrespective of the barriers and conflicts. That's why the theme is remarkable in this year. The pharmacists are united in action for a healthier world. For making this world healthy, they are truly working hard. and they are trying to apply the full measure of their knowledge and abilities to support the health care and well being of the society. They are not only focusing on medicines, they are focusing on the well being of the society. That's why they are always united. I will tell you some interesting facts also. That's 78% of the pharmaceutical technicians are women. So, this pharmacy field is contributing to the development of women also. See how the women are contributing for the healthier world. 78% of the pharmaceutical technicians are women. And do you know about Alexander Fleming? Who is Alexander Fleming? He discovered penicillin, which was the first antibiotic. And do you know about Agatha Christie? Agatha Christie was a crime author. And do you know about Hubert Humphrey? Who is Hubert Humphrey? He was the 38th Vice President of USA. What is the similarity of these excellent personalities? The world famous personalities are pharmacists. So this profession is really noble. Let us proud to be a pharmacist and let us celebrate this day together. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.